2 years ago, I decided that I want to pursue an entrepreneurial career over day trading. Afterwards, I started looking for the perfect business idea to start, and I've spent a whole year trying to get it, and I finally got to building a web design agency, the one I'm working on right now. And in this video, I want to walk you through exactly the thought process across that whole year that led me to this conclusion. And it's not meant to teach you a template that you can use, or it's not really a lesson. It's just me sharing what has worked for me, and if you see fit, you can apply it to your situation, but it's not guaranteed that it will work. These next 30 seconds are for someone that doesn't already know who I am, so if you already do, skip 30 seconds. I'm Alex, an 18-year-old entrepreneur, and I started my web design agency a couple months ago. Started learning WordPress and Elementor, and got my first free client, a salon that eventually paid me for my work $80. Then I discovered Cloud Code, and I started building websites with that eventually led me to finding my second client that paid me $350 for the website, and now I'm looking for my third one to keep growing the agency. After I made that decision, I started looking for ideas. I was just minding my own life normally, doing the usual things, and just every problem I encountered, I tried turning it around into a sellable product, and I did that for 3 or 4 months. And after all that time, it just wasn't working. I didn't want to continue doing it like that, so I discovered a couple e-com creators on YouTube, and I started following their advice and blueprints, and started looking for products on Alibaba and AliExpress. I've showed here on the YouTube channel in my first 5 videos, I think I documented exactly what products I found, so you can go watch the... No. I've already showed on the YouTube channel what products I was thinking of doing. I'm just gonna tell you now the one product that I went the most advanced on, which was a swimming cap, an adjustable one. It doesn't really matter right now, it didn't work. I ordered a sample, and obviously it couldn't have come perfectly the first time, but I realized in that moment that it's hard and it's gonna take a lot of money to get even the first sample right how I imagined it. And that was probably for every product that I was thinking of doing, because if you want to do a truly unique product and not just take one that's already on the market and try to be a competitor to that only by advertising better or doing something else in the business better, which I was clearly not capable of doing since it was my first business, I had to come up with something feature wise, like change something to the actual existing products to make a new product that would differentiate only based on features. At least that's what I wanted to. And if you want to do a new product, like I said, it's gonna require more money than I've expected, obviously. And I just didn't have those at the time because I didn't want to waste my parents' money. I didn't want to get investors at the time because I was a kid. So I pivoted to trying to find service-based businesses that I could start, and that led me to actually thinking of starting a web design agency. And I got into WordPress and started learning it, and afterwards into Cloud Code, which was the best decision of my life. And now what I'm trying to do while building the web design agency because I still have big dreams and ideas to create brands around and everything in that way. I'm growing the business, the service based one, the agency, and on the side, I'm actively thinking about what problems can I solve, what bothers me the most that could turn into a sellable product or sellable bigger service. I have a couple ideas. The biggest one is around protein drinks and gym supplements. Um and I want to build this with my friends, my old business partner that I've talked about uh, in the past. I was working also on the web design agency with him, but we split for some time, at least until we start the next business, which is the one I've just told you about. So what I'm trying to say is, at least my recommendation would be to start a service-based business, because it requires no capital to start. It just exchanges your time for money, and that's it. The more you put in terms of time, the more money you get out theoretically. And on the side, if you still want to build a bigger business with products or something revolutionary, or at least unique that hasn't been done before, you think about it on the side, and in this way you gather enough business experience, or not really enough, but more business experience doing the service based business. And also you acquire the capital to actually found your next business. So this is the solution I came up with. You are way more relaxed in terms of finding ideas, like you are not pressed by time because you are also working on your other business. You are just focusing on that, and when something bothers you, think about it, and it's just in a corner of your mind. And if an idea randomly pops up into your head, you note it down, and when you finally have finished with your service based business, if you don't want to grow it anymore, maybe it's working really good and you want to scale it, that's even better. But what I want to do is get 50 to 100k dollars, euros, or whatever, and then start my other business. Like I said to you, obviously, if it's gonna work really good after it gets going, I'm not gonna stop it, because I'm not dumb. Obviously, I don't want to lose money or leave money on the table. If it's working really well, I'm gonna keep it, and maybe starting on the side the other business, or just focusing on the web design agency. I don't know, I'll just have to see what I do when that happens, because for now I only made $400 building websites. I have a pretty long way to go. It's another day. I remembered I forgot to tell you why I actually chose to start a web design agency, like what was the whole reason behind it, and I'm gonna tell you now. First of all, I wanted to start, as you know, a business with a product or something like that, and I thought of skills that I could sell as a service that would also be helpful afterwards when I do actually start the product business. And that's when it came to my mind that would be useful to learn web design anyways, because no matter what I'll do next in terms of business, I will need a website. So it would be better, first of all, to actually build it, or even if I wanna hire somebody or an agency, I know what to look for because I have some experience with web design. So overall, it was just the best skill I could learn and also use in the future, no matter what business I choose. So that's probably the most important factor for me for choosing this business model. And what I can tell you is that it's working for me. I've got plenty of ideas on this journey, like besides working on the web design agency, I've actually saw some problems with the gym, with my life, with whatever, and I came up with some ideas. And even if I didn't, it wasn't a problem. I wasn't stressed about it because I was also working on this other business, so it just made me more relaxed, and it was easier for me to actually think of ideas for the businesses in the future. And if you feel like it's worth giving it a try, it's worth knowing that it worked for me, so I really hope it does for you. I've realized that I've never actually asked my subscribers or anyone that's watching my video if they are building any businesses on their own. And I want to say now that I would be really glad to hear what you are working on right now. Leave it in the comments, and I'm gonna be really happy to read it. But the thing I'm the most happy about is that I finally got a business that I can work on. I was dreaming of this for so long. I hated thinking about theoretical things, having all those ideas. It was obviously easier than working on the business, but in those times I really wanted to do something practical, actually advertise, actually talk to clients, and like actually building the business. So I'm really glad I finally got to that part. It's a lot harder than I expected to get clients, since I only had two until now. I'm looking for my third one. Hopefully it will come soon. I'm gonna still work as hard as possible, giving it my all. It's hard to not lose hope at all. I sometimes feel down, and I don't believe in the business as much as I should, as much as I do some other days. But the important thing is that I keep going, keep trying to find clients, sending more DMs, and talking to more people to finally try to find the perfect method for growing this business. And another update on the actual business. It happened in the past 2 days since I filmed the video. So first of all, I got to build two demos. I was asked for it actually. I offered it and they accepted it. And first of all, and the first one is done, and I have to build the other one today. One of them I have to deliver today and one for tomorrow. I also built another one, I don't know if I mentioned it, for a makeup artist and trainer. I sent it to her, but she didn't answer. It's been 3 or 4 days since I showed it. I got a follow-up today to see what was going on, and hopefully from 3 demos I've built, I hope I get at least one client. The best thing would be to get all, obviously, but I have to be realistic from my past history with building demos and the actual response I got. That was all for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.